being here in Columbus this morning. I know you're going to be all over Georgia, but just how are you feeling being here this morning?
It's great to be in Columbus. There's so many great friends. I just had a cup of coffee with a good friend I served with in the legislature and caught up on old times. This is such a vibrant spot. I mean, there's just businesses, there's commerce going on. I mean, like this place right here. I mean, to think about in downtown in what is probably a 100-year-old building, a collaboration center that's able to take companies and and connect them with technology and utilize video conferencing. I mean, it's just an amazing spot. It really is fun to be back. And there's a minor league baseball team, which is near and dear to my heart. I spent 6 years in the minor league, so any town that's got a minor league team and it's got a head start.
Question for you. So you are now running as a Democrat. You were previously been a Republican in Georgia legislature, if I'm not mistaken. What was the decision to move to the Democratic Party as compared to a third party?
Well, I think Democrats have a better platform at this period of time. I mean, my driving motivation every day when I wake up is to figure out a way to love my neighbor, and being in the Democratic Party gives me the best possible chance to do that. As I wake up and tried to solve problems as a Republican on my way out the door, it just became harder and harder and harder. Loving your neighbor does not have an asterisk mark next to it. And so being aligned with Democrats across the state makes a lot of sense for me and my heart. And at the end of the day, I think this Democratic Party here in Georgia has a unique opportunity to really represent the needs and to deliver those solutions to folks that really genuinely need it. I mean, there's folks waking up that can't fill up their full tank of gas because they can't afford it. They can't buy all the groceries they need for their family. They can't go back to work because they can't afford childcare. They can't put a roof over their head because they can't afford it. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. And add to it now, folks are losing health care left and right. And these are real problems. I think if Democrats can stay focused, and that's what my plan is, to stay laser focused on the issues that matter most, they have an incredible opportunity to win this election in 2026. And that's really the message that I want to lead. This partisan divide that's playing out across the country, it's unfortunate, and quite honestly, it's disgusting to watch play out. It's disgusting to watch people point fingers at the other side and blame them when it's everybody's issue at this point. If a leader wants to lead, then they have to do exactly that, lead, and I hope to do that.
Sure.
What do you think Georgians need?
I think they need leadership. I mean, I think as lieutenant governor, I got to really see the importance of the role of governor and really how you set the priorities for the state. You set the priorities for the budget, for the legislative branch, and also for the agencies. And I think waking up and focusing this state towards the direction of those folks that need it the most, while balancing a strong, growing, vibrant economy, I think we can do two things at once, and we will. Look, we can get sucked away into the corners of dealing with these partisan divides and with the national conversation that's going on back and forth. But I think Georgians want somebody to push back on Donald Trump. Even those folks that for some reason showed up and voted for him that were in the middle, I think regret it. And more every single day. Look, I pushed back against Donald Trump, even when I was a Republican, as loudly and as strongly as I could, because his leadership style is dangerous, it's corrosive, it's toxic, it's a lot of things, but not effective. And I think we've got to have somebody willing to push back on Donald Trump, and certainly I've championed that. I think there's another interesting part of this, is I'm able to show up in November of 26 and be the only Democrat in this primary that can get Democrats, independents, and disgusted Republicans to show up and vote. And Democrat hadn't won the governor's mansion in 27 years. It's been since 1998, since Roy Barnes won. It's the last time we had a Democratic governor. And so there's one simple reason, because they haven't got enough votes. Right? It's just that simple. And so I show up and able to court Democrats, independents, and disgusted Republicans and win, because this is a pretty dangerous period of time. If a Republican wins, and it's pretty apparent who that Republican's going to be, it's who Donald Trump handpicked, and that's Burt Jones. Burt Jones, day one, is going to take the keys to the state of Georgia and hand them to Donald Trump. And you say, do whatever you want. Run our schools, run our streets, run our budgets, run our legislature. I don't think that aligns with most Georgians, and I'm certainly going to do all I can do to make sure that doesn't happen.
You've been a strong critic or a critic of President Trump before. As a CNN commentator, you've called attacks by Trump against you a badge of honor. Recently, we've had Jimmy Kimmel and had his show basically indefinitely, I don't know what you call it, suspended. And then you have Stephen Colbert's show suspended after critiques and mention by President Trump of these individuals possibly leaving. Do you feel critiques of President Trump's are a job security issue where you could possibly lose your job? I know you were expelled yourself from the GOP party back in January after endorsing Kamala Harris. Do you feel like there's been a negative effect on critiquing of Donald Trump?
I do think it's very concerning that we're watching these things play out. We're watching law firms be heavy-handed. We're watching corporate America be heavy-handed. We're watching entertainers be heavy-handed. If you disagree with Donald Trump, he's going to try to find a way to silence you, and I think that's troubling. It's troubling for the Second Amendment or for the First Amendment. I think it's troubling just for America in general. Like this country is built on dissenting opinions, and my type of leadership that I've always championed, both as a state representative and as lieutenant governor, and I will as governor, is to turn chaos into conversations. Get the input of others. Understand with an empathetic heart the other side of the issue. But yeah, it's truly concerning to watch this play out because there's no stop to this. Look, folks in the media should have an opportunity to say what they need to say and still be sensitive and still have a corporate standard. But this is apparent. If Donald Trump doesn't want something to happen or doesn't like something that's happening, he leans into it with any tool he's got.
Last one for you
This
is,
is usually the tough one.
so you are now a Democrat. You are running against other opponents within the Democratic Party who have been prior Democrats. Do you feel your Republican ties in the past will affect your run for governor?
Yeah, I actually think it's going to help because I think it gives me an opportunity to put on display something that's important to me, and that's authenticity. As a Republican, I didn't get some of the issues right, and I'm willing to say that. I look at the issue on guns. I stand with the 90% of Americans that want to have universal background checks and red flag laws. I'm the father of 3 kids. I can't imagine what it would be like to go to the bus stop and one of those kids not come home. I can't imagine violence in the streets with weapons. We need to do better, and so I'm telling folks I didn't get that right on the issue of abortion. I didn't get that right either. Women deserve the right to choose. I was wrong to think a room full of legislators knew better than millions of women, and I've listened to those women. I've listened to their heartbreaking stories, their tough decisions, those medically difficult issues, and they deserve the right to choose, irregardless of anybody's personal opinions. And day one as governor, I will sign an executive order that clarifies that doctors can practice medicine with pregnant women without the fear of prosecution. And also I'll introduce legislation that repeals the 6-week ban and returns us to Roe v. Wade.
Anything else I have now that you'd like to say?
Probably, but I can't think of it. No, look, I will say it is great to be in Columbus. There's a lot of great friends here. There's a lot of unique history of a strong work environment in this community, and there's also strong investments. You've seen large banking businesses here. You've seen other industries invest here, and I think it's an important story for Georgia to see play out. Because this isn't just about Atlanta. This race is about trying to meet all Georgians where they're at, and that's what we're going to stay focused on.
Next stop after Columbus?
We are here all day. We go home. I think we're going to Macon tomorrow.
Yeah, Macon.
I think we go to Macon, and of course we'll hit Savannah in the near.
Coming up.
Yeah, so I think we may even be coming back to Columbus over the weekend.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're look. I've run statewide before. I get it. You got to work hard. You got to meet as many people as you can, and you can never underestimate the value of walking into a business like this, shaking a room full of hands, and just looking them eye to eye and answering their one tough question. Most folks are usually one question away from being able to understand your true platform, and I think that's the importance of this. This is 14 months to beat Donald Trump's handpick, and I'm ready for the task.
That's about the time we have. Unless there's one quick one more, but.